In a previous vlog, I talked about the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. And because that is such a major difference that I want people to understand, we're going to spend a little bit more time talking about that. Today I want to talk about that as it relates to automation, technology, and downloading activity. Because a lot of times people think that, well, if I've downloaded my activity from my bank account and linked it into my accounting software, that I've done everything that I need to do. Well, that downloading function, that task, is really just bookkeeping. And bookkeeping is recording the financial transactions of a business. So if you've downloaded the activity from your bank account or your credit card account and you've linked it into your accounting software, that's wonderful. And please keep doing that because you want to keep track of those transactions and you want to link them into a resource in addition to just looking at it online. So that's a great step. But one thing that people kind of forget is that we also need to pay attention to that information and we need to make sure that it's accurate. So if bookkeeping's recording the financial transactions and we've accomplished that, now we need to apply those accounting functions and accounting principles. We need to make sure that it's right and that it makes sense and that it reflects what we believe actually took place in our business. For example, if you think that you have hypothetically $10,000 worth of income for this month and you download your bank activity but it only shows you $4,000, you probably want to know that there's a difference between what you think you have and what the bank is showing. You want to know that sooner rather than later. So a lot of times what I see is that people get this false sense of security. They download their bank activity and think, again, that's the end of it, but they don't go in there and take a look at it to make sure that it's complete. And they think, well, my online bank balance looks reasonable, so it must be right. And that's just very, very risky. So that's that false sense of security I was talking about. So you want to go into those transactions that you've downloaded and review them, make sure they're complete, make sure that those are the transactions you were expecting to see, that nothing has come through your account that shouldn't, and that everything that should be there is there. I can give you another example of a reason why you want to do this, and this actually happened to me. I made a deposit in my business bank account and got my teller receipt, and then a few days later when checks started clearing my account that were against those funds, I started getting notices that my bank account was overdrawn. When I reached out to the bank, I said, wait a second, I've got a deposit here that you're not showing. And they said, we have no record of that. And it was a $6,000 deposit. The only reason the bank honored my deposit is because I was able to take back over to them the teller receipt that showed proof of my deposit. So they had to credit my account for that amount, cover the checks that were posted against it, of course reverse the fees. And it took them like 2 weeks to find that deposit. It was a little scary. So that's why I'm really encouraging you to make sure that you not only do the bookkeeping for your business, but you also do the accounting. You go back and review the transactions, make sure that they're reasonable, and make sure that what they are what you expect to see. And if there's any discrepancy, of course, we want to make sure that we have proof of the transactions that are there or the ones that we expect to be there. So I think next time we might want to talk about source documents and things that you should have in place in case something appears in an account that you're not expecting. So that's my helpful information for today. We're going to talk again soon, and until then, keep counting on those numbers.